Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to the video. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why I'm loading up on Facebook stock and the most overlooked side of the Facebook business model in my personal opinion, and the huge growth that I see in the future, and why I'm buying on this huge dip. With everything going on in the social media space, with the ban freedom of speech and everything that's going on in social media, why I'm buying on this dip during all this madness, I'll be going through that and then my overall thesis on this trade. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So recently, Facebook stock is at a high of about $305. It has now dipped down, has had a huge jump off in the past week, and now sitting right at $250. So the first reason that I'm buying Facebook on this dip, if you look at the history, every time that Facebook has been oversold, the dip has gotten bought out very, very quickly. This stock is a tech giant, the most undervalued tech giant in my personal opinion, and using those metrics like PE ratios and everything like that, this company is grossly undervalued compared to companies like Apple, like Microsoft, like Google. So the stock is very oversold. It does usually bounce back from dips like these, but the sell-off is warranted. With everything going on in the social media space, there are a lot of people leaving Facebook. Now, whether they come back, that is a question. In my opinion, 90% of people who are leaving Facebook, kind of boycotting the service, these people will come back very easily, very soon, in my personal opinion. Alright, so now getting into my actual thesis on this trade. So my thesis on this trade is that the Oculus side of the business model, which is the VR business, for those who are unaware, the Oculus side of the business model is very, very grossly undervalued, and the growth potential is absolutely massive. So Facebook has earnings coming up on January 27th. This is when I expect, if it does not change before, this is the time that I expect the sentiment to change, just because I do believe the Q4 earnings for Facebook will be very impressive for the Oculus side of the business model, judging by these trends. So taking a look at the Google Trends chart, this is the past 5-year chart, and we do see a small spike every holiday season of people looking to buy Oculus, but this season was different. The term Oculus gifts has more than doubled on that spike in December, reason because people are buying these as Christmas and holiday gifts. Now we can take a look at just the general search term of Oculus. We can see that this is also pretty much doubled during the holiday season compared to past holiday seasons, and overall this side of the business is growing rapidly. In about mid-2020, Facebook decided to cancel the cheapest VR headset to focus on more pricier, more powerful models. And if you look at past interviews from Mark Zuckerberg, this guy is all over Oculus, the thing that he's most excited about overall. And this is what he said that the company is investing most of its money into, is growing this Oculus brand, and they're just working to improve this. And they do see this as the future of technology. Here's a quick example of what Zuckerberg expects and just some things that he talks about it.
So I'm really excited about it, and that's why we're just so focused on this, and we have thousands of people working on this at Facebook, because I just do think that this is going to be the next major computing platform, even if it takes several years to get there.
So Zuck, one of the smartest guys in tech in the entire world, he expects that VR is a huge part of future technology. Now, Facebook is by far the leader in the VR space. Their tech is going to outrank everybody. They have $50 billion on the balance sheet, so much more than any other company that's in the VR space, just meaning they can invest so much more. They can develop their tech so much faster than any other company working in this space, and they are going to be the #1 player in the VR space with their Oculus brand. And I think that the Oculus brand overall is very, very overlooked. Facebook is just looked at as a social media company. They have Facebook, they have Instagram, they have WhatsApp, and whatever other smaller social media companies that they have. In my opinion, investors grossly undervalue the growth potential and the future of the Oculus brand, and I'm not going to speculate on what's going to happen at earnings with their main revenue sources, which is Facebook and Instagram and their ad services. I'm not going to speculate on that. But I do think that Wall Street has not priced in the future potential of Oculus. And if we do see the growth that I'm expecting to see in earnings from the Oculus brand, and while it is a very small part of the revenue overall for the Facebook brand, if people see that Oculus is growing this fast, they will start pricing that in for the future, leading to Facebook stock skyrocketing once again, hitting new all-time highs later this year, which in my opinion, we do see all-time highs by mid-2021. And hey, also you can't go wrong with PewDiePie videos coming back to Facebook. That's another plus right there. Alright, so anyways, on January 27th earnings, you can speculate all you want on what the revenue sources are going to be for Facebook and Instagram and their main ad revenue sources. Another benefit that Facebook does have is the stimulus checks. Because on Facebook and Instagram, compared to something like Snapchat, small businesses, more than any other type of business, do advertise on Facebook, compared to Snapchat, where you only see big established brands advertising on Snapchat. Now, why does the stimulus help this? Stimulus helping the small businesses go into these small businesses, help them get more ad money that they can spend on, which is likely to be Facebook and Instagram ads. So that is a plus for the future guidance. Now, users leaving, could that stick? That is a possibility, but I do not expect that two of the biggest social media sites in the world, people just leave for good. Now, they could boycott for the short term, of course. I do expect them, 90% of them, to come back fully. There are a ton of investor emotions on the political side of this company right now, but if you look past the political side, no matter what side you're on, just don't be biased. Don't associate your political opinions with a company. Now, if it's an overall moral thing for you, that's fine. If you're following your morals by not supporting a company you don't support, that is totally fine. But if you look past that and focus on the revenue, the numbers, and the investment you can make money on with Facebook, that's what makes it smart to be buying Facebook stock right now. Alright, so overall, just some quick thoughts that I want to get out there of why I'm loading up on Facebook stock right now. There are rarely sell-offs on a big tech company, and I think this is a great opportunity to get in, because right now we have short-term headwinds making the stock price a lot cheaper. I do believe that this is more short-term than a long-term scenario, and hedge funds, the big money, are going to be loading up on this stock at this prices. I would not get left behind, because you will miss out on the opportunity if you're not buying this stock for the long term right now, at least in my personal opinion. If you want to join the private Discord group, that link is down below. If you want to get $30 free in M1 Finance, by just opening an account, you're not required to fund it to get the $30. So you can't go wrong with just opening an account, getting that money, cashing out, or sticking on the platform. It's a pretty solid investing platform. Not so much for trading, but for investing for the long term. Very solid platform, and you can't go wrong with free money overall. I do have a couple more links in the description. If you want to get some free stocks / free money on Webull, Acorn Investing, or Coinbase, those links are down below as well. They are affiliate links, so it does help support the channel. I would greatly appreciate that. Subscribe, like the video if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Let's get rich.